Flows at the end of the day are considered development. So let's talk about development lifecycle. And these are stages or steps that you will be taken throughout the process. And these are things that you would do regardless of what you're building. Even if you're doing a custom field, it's a good idea to go through that development lifecycle. Starting off with discovery. And let's keep our focus here on two things: the pain points and the outcomes or objectives. Throughout the build, throughout the process, we need to always think about, are we solving that problem and are we heading towards that objective? And we need to also plan and design. And the way I like to think about planning and design is to look at the end, not at the beginning. So at the end, like after we build this flow, or after we design this, or after we go live, what's going to happen at the end? Where is that flow? If it's a screen flow, where is it going to live? Is it on a home page or on a list view? Is it on an Experience Cloud site? What should it look like eventually? Thinking about, like, if it's a screen flow, should it be a record triggered flow instead? Should it be a scheduled triggered flow instead? And if this flow at the end is populating some data or updating some records, do these fields exist? Are we updating certain objects, certain fields that don't exist? Then probably we need to create them first. Are we going to be using or referencing some custom settings or metadata? Then we need to set those up first. So thinking about the end helps us think about how we're going to start and helps us set up a design. And then once we're happy with the design, we're going to go ahead and build in a sandbox, of course. Then we're going to run some testing. And remember, you will be doing testing and the customer is going to do some testing. Remember to provide test scripts and positive and negative test cases for the customer to test. Once we have a sign off from the customer that we're ready to go ahead with deployment, we deploy to production. And then this means we are live, going live. Remember to have a go live plan. Probably roll out in batches or roll it out to certain users only. And then we'll be collecting feedback for the purposes of improvements or fixing bugs that we didn't catch before. The last thing, which is absolutely important, is the data model, or the ERD, Entity Relationship Diagram. It's important that you understand the relationships: the master detail relationship, the lookup relationship, self relationship, and many-to-many relationships or junction objects. Now, it's one of the questions that you're going to need to ask early in the discovery phase. It's going to help the stakeholder explain this better to you, and it's going to help you understand the problem better and the objective better. And it's going to help you with the design phase, how we're going to approach this. And the reason you need to understand relationships very well is because in the flow, you will be doing a lot of traversing. Traversing meaning that if you need to update some data on the yellow record here, but this flow is starting from this blue record, then you're going to need to go from this blue record to this record, and then to this record, and then to this record, and then to this record. You might be doing this with a get element, with access to a parent record. You might use formulas. Whatever resource or element you will be using, you will be doing a lot of traversing from a child to parent, or from a parent to a child, or from one object to another through a junction object. You will be doing a lot of traversing, and that's why it is crucial to understand and have that data model available.